Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Wavy and this is just Wavy Media, and if you're a frequent surfer, you are most welcome back as well. Everybody is welcome. I am here today in Disneyland Paris, just by the castle. The parade is starting over there, and I've just noticed, do you see there's like wooden bits on the castle? I've never seen that before. How many times have I looked at this castle and not noticed that? Also, there's like steps going up to it there. That's interesting. Anyway, what's today's video, Wavy? Today we are going to Fantasyland. And Fantasyland here in Disneyland Paris is a bit like how Epcot has the World Showcase. Fantasyland has a tour of Europe in its architecture, but it's like slightly Disneyified, of course. So we're going to go around Europe by going around Fantasyland and see the different parts of Europe that are represented here in Disneyland Paris's Fantasyland. Ireland is not there, guys, just so you know. Don't get your hopes up. But there's lots of other places, so let's go check them out. So we've got like some construction, unfortunately, in Fantasyland at the minute, but when you come out of the castle, you come into like this courtyard area, and it is quite stylistically similar to like a medieval French area. So that's the first place that you come to, is like medieval France, although it has the sword and the stone in it, which is quite English, and the Carousel de Lancelot, which that's what it's called here. It's not King Arthur's. But this like area, this courtyard area, if you could see it beyond the barriers, but like over this side, is quite medieval French. And then when you continue from the courtyard to this area, this is Auberge de Cinderella's place. It's quite like some of the chateaus, the mansions from, I think it's how you say this, Loire Valley, Loire, in France, and that's kind of a Renaissance style, but with that like Disney elements of like, this is not exactly straight. So like the Disney version of that part of France and that Renaissance-y style, it kind of, to me, reminds me of like that Spanish kind of architecture, the neo-Spanish architecture that you see in the States, in California. And then if we just go across from a Renaissance France, we come to like Germany. So you'll see the dark coloured stone. There's also trees around here that are kind of Black Forest inspired and just have a very German Brothers Grimm kind of feel to this area. So we're like in Germany right now. And so that German kind of theming, architecture, cartoony Disney version of the architecture continues past Snow White and around this way to Pinocchio. Even though Pinocchio would be an Italian story originally, it was set quite in Germany by Disney. And so here you've got some of the trees that are like reminiscent of the Black Forest and the German architecture. And then we're going to continue this way and come around towards the Adventureland side. So we're going to go like to the middle and then towards Adventureland, and then we'll go back around a bit again further. So as you come this way past Dumbo, you get towards the teacups, and what's more British than a cup of tea? Well, it's actually very Irish, because we drink more tea than British people do. But the Tea Party, of course, being reminiscent of the UK. And then the garden maze that you have here for Alice in Wonderland, which is here, and the Queen of Hearts castle there, like a very British thing to have those kind of garden mazes around the place. And then as we continue this way, we go past kind of where you meet Mickey Mouse, and we'll come to a place that has 7 chimneys but just one fireplace. Do you know that reference? If you do, good on you. If you don't, you will know it in a couple of seconds, because it is the very British looking Toad Hall right here. And Toad Hall is not Mr. Toad's Wild Ride here. That's a difference between Disneyland and Disneyland Paris. But Toad Hall here is a restaurant, a currently not open restaurant. And it does serve fish and chips. So, very British. And it has the 7 chimneys, and I'm assuming it has 1 fireplace. But I don't know. And as we make our way past Toad Hall, and the kind of, these are like almost Tudor-y looking buildings, we're going to get to where Peter Pan's flight is. And Peter Pan's flight is, the architecture of it, the design of it, is based on Scottish architecture. And so we'll see as we come past, and we'll go to the edge of Adventureland, but we won't go as far as Adventureland. We've got this kind of Scottish looking architecture here, and that is because J.M. Barrie, who wrote Peter Pan, is Scottish. He was born in Scotland. There is a gate somewhere with the name of the town J.M. Barrie was born in on it, but I don't know where that is. So if I find it, I'll show you it, but I don't know where it is. But yes, so we have Scottish architecture here towards the end. I think this tower behind me now is very like a cathedral tower, just towards the end, and then you go under this and you're into Adventureland. So then going the other way towards Discoveryland, we come back past Alice's Maze, and this way we're going to go to the Netherlands, because here, which this is an old ride, but they got rid of the ride part of it and now it's like a little restaurant, is the old mill, and it's a windmill. And as you guys probably are aware, or maybe you're not, and now hello happy education, the Netherlands has a lot of windmills like this. And if you come just this way, you can see over here the old, so like there were like seats attached to that and it spun around, but it had a very, very low turnover rate, so they eventually closed it down and turned it into a little kind of restaurant that does like hot chocolate and crepes and that kind of thing. So that's what's there now. And then we said Pinocchio was an Italian story, but is in the very German area of Fantasyland here in Disneyland Paris. But there is an Italian area. Now, it looks like it is behind this screen. So, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you it. Some of the work that's being done here is being done on this part. So like, Small World is closed on this side and this area is closed on this side. Oh, you can still see it though. So here we've got the Pizzeria Bellanote, so representing Italy. And I'm going to stand in front of it and show you the other way around, because you will see it's leaning, like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. But you might not tell it from me standing in front of it, so I'll turn the camera around. And so you can see it's leaning, like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, representing Italy here in Fantasy. And then once you pass Bellanote and the ice cream place, that tower really needs a repaint, which is I imagine what they're going to be doing. You come to It's a Small World, and It's a Small World here in Disneyland Paris begins in Europe and then works its way through the rest of the world. And you'll see monuments, of course, on the front of It's a Small World from different places all over the world. And so our tour, or our journey through Europe, goes through Fantasyland, goes through Europe, and then eventually comes to the rest of the world with It's a Small World. But we can't get on it because it's closed, so boo-hoo. And that is everything I've got for you for this video, guys. If you like the video, please give it a like. Hit that subscribe button to keep the tide coming in. Click the notification bell so you know the next time I post. I will put a playlist link to the rest of the Disneyland Paris videos above so that you can watch all of those as well if you are so inclined. And thank you so much for surfing on a channel that's just wavy enough for surfing with me today, guys. Have a great and magical day. Take care.